Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and this one is about Universal Audio's anti-1992 high-gain amp pedal. Let's listen a song first from my latest solo album, HARDTONES. The song is called Pasadena 78. This is an instrumental version and it's in a different key than the original on the album. That's in E, this is in E flat, because I use a guitar that is tuned to E flat. So I replayed not only the guitar, but also the bass. There's one guitar, one in, two outs, which is basically mono even though it goes stereo out. But I made it stereo, so it's a little bit wider by adding a Van Halen style delay. 398 milliseconds on the left, 798 to the right, and eventide 3000 micro pitch shift preset. No post EQ, no processing except what is on my mix bus, which is a little bit low and high and boost. So let's listen a song first, then let's go through this pedal with a couple of different guitars in different tunings. I'll tweak the knobs and yeah. Rock and roll. Alright, that was the song, and this sound what you're about to hear is the exact same sound, but just without the delay and the H3000. that. The guitar is heavily Frankensteined, EVH Frankenstein with Warmoth neck, although it says ESP here. Seymour Duncan 78 pickup. The single coil is some stacked classic, I don't remember the model. And then the signal goes to ABI box from output B, goes to the input of the anti, then to output goes to input of my Apollo X8 audio interface, and then into Pro Tools. And now, since there's no stereo effects like the delay or the H3000, the signal is basically mono, because it's the exact same performance. So alright, so let's go through the pedal. So as you probably know, it's pretty much a PV Fit 150 black leather. Just black leather here, and that black leather was only made in 1992, although it's exact the same amp as the signature amp and the 6550 and whatnot. It just has a EVH black logo, and of course it sounds better because it's a black leather. No, I'm joking, it's the same. And there's your basic tone stack. Hope you can move this like a little bit. There's your pre-gain, then presence, output, and then there's your low end / overdrive when you switch these to the alternative controls. And the overdrive, OD tone and OD level, you control included overdrive pedal. So there's two screamer and there's something else, I don't remember now what it is. There's two different overdrives. How I set mine now is pretty, common. So the OD level is maxed. Now these are where my tone stack is. So, but the OD level is maxed. The mid is like 1 o'clock, and the overdrive is just a hair open. Because I really like to always have that little bit of that, clipping stage in there. It's mainly for the feel. It feels. So I've done that for 30 years, so it just feels. I feel a bit more comfortable. And then your low, mid, treble. Then there's 3 different cabinets, actually 6 different, I guess. Because if you put the hardware on, you download it. This isn't mine. I borrowed this from a local music store here in Switzerland called Musics. Thank you for letting me borrow this. So I didn't want to connect this to my computer, because I'm gonna return this, so I didn't want to mess up if I need to register something, or when someone buys this. So this is like new, but you can then you can have more cabinets. But the UK V30, let's go actually through the cabinets first. Keep the same settings. That's a Marshall vintage cabinet, what I have here. That's direct, so you can use an external IR loader and have your own IR. That's a white 75, which is a Marshall cabinet with a G12 T75. That's a California V30, which is a Mesa Boogie, I think oversized with Mesa V30s. And then, my go-to cabinet here in my studio, my real cabinet, Marshall vintage cabinet with Marshall vintage speakers, which are basically, the original V30s. They are a little bit fuller on the lower mid-range, and the Marshall cabinets are in general a bit, in lack of a better word, woodier than, let's say, for example, Mesa cabinet, which is really tight, but great cabinets. And then there's your channels, your rhythm channel, and then you have the clean mode and the crunch mode, and then the lead channel, which is, I guess, where most of us, especially if you're playing hard rock and metal, most of us live. And then the rhythm channel. So there's the crunch. And then your clean side of the rhythm channel. It's just a kind of two-dimensional, you know, so the crunch channel is actually pretty good. It's a little bit differently voiced, and there's a little less gain on tap, but you can create great heavy tones with that too by just adding more gain. Back to the lead channel. The lead is kind of a little bit tighter. Back of the gain. Okay, let's go through the knobs. The gain is pretty obvious. It's quite similar than on the real 5150. This is actually a bit more controllable, because on the real 5150 you basically open it, the lead channel, there's lots of gain on tap, but this is a little bit smoother. So usually I have my pre-gain on my real 5150, you know, around 2.5, but here it's somewhere around 4. I feel it's kind of the same. You get insane amount of gain even with the low output neck pickup. Then the presence, it operates really similarly than on a reel, so it kind of starts to do something, you know, around 1 or 2 o'clock. There. Usually like on a real 5150, I have it usually somewhere 2 or 3 o'clock. Let's actually have a bit more effect. There. 1. Okay. Then output, well, that's just an output. It, you know, controls the output, like I said. And then low end. Mid. This behaves really similar than on the black leather, you know. Then the high. Very similar, the tone stack is very similar. I recorded with the black leather a few days ago, and whatever was my settings, pre-gain 2.5, low 6, mid 4, high 6, and here what I just dialed, just using my ears, not really looking, I've dialed pretty much the same. So the tones, it really feels like a 5150. And then with the app, you can also, because you know there's quite a a few common mods what people do to these amps. One is the bias mod, because this is cold bias, the original head, so you can make the bias warmer. And then there's the choke mod. I've had both of the bias mod and the choke mod on this one. They were there when I bought it back in the day. I had it for a while, but I asked my amp tech to remove those because I didn't like those that much. I mean, they were good, but it wasn't the 5150. You know, when I want to use a 5150, I have a certain sound and certain feel in my head. With those mods, it wasn't the 5150 block letter. It was something else. Probably, maybe even kind of better, quote unquote. It's a matter of personal, you know, personal opinions. But I've always just loved the stock 5150. The cold bias, no choke, anything. It's just like this kind of hard-hitting mean machine. I mean, it's already decided. If it was, when it was good for Eddie, it is good for me. And then you can, you know, on and off, then you can install presets and you can program this, like the preset knob, you can make it to program like it's the booster, the juice creamer or the other boost on and off. So it's kind of versatile. Let me show you that with a couple of other guitars. So that was passive pickups, quite hairy pickups, and this is 80s ESP-M1 custom. This is 81. A little bit different sound, different guitar, different pickup. And then check another M1 custom from the 80s. This is that was in E flat, like the Frankie. This is in standard C. This guitar is a little bit brighter in general. This has EMG 85 and SA. Okay, then let's take one guitar that is tuned even lower. One of my 7 strings. This is ESP Custom Shop Viper, early 2000s. This is in drop A flat. Yeah, it's a 5150 in the box. I will do a comparison video of this and my actual 5150. So by the time you watch this, if that comparison video is out, the link's there and in the description. If not, please hit the subscribe button and, you know, notification bell so you will get notified when that video comes out if you're interested in the comparison and other of my videos. Hey, hopefully you found this interesting and informative. As always, thanks for watching, all the best, take care, bye.